Hey everybody, welcome to another review, and today I will be reviewing The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Yeah, sorry if that doesn't show up real good. Okay, that's good, yeah. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This came out in 2012, and this is written and directed by Steven Chbosky, who is actually the same author of the book. Yeah, how often do you see that? An author writing, or an author directing his own movie, directing a movie to his own book. You don't see that very often. I think Stephen King might have did that with Maximum Overdrive. I could be wrong about that, but I know he directed it. Anyways, yes, this Perks of Being a Wallflower, this stars Logan Lerman, Emma Watson, Ezra Miller, Mae Whitman, Joan Cusack, and Paul Rudd. And this is a coming of age movie, um, and a damn good one. I'll go ahead and say that. Yeah, this is about this guy, this kid, freshman in high school, by the name of Charlie. He he is a depressed kid who doesn't really have any friends, and yeah, no one likes him in school, and yeah. But then he meets these two seniors, who their names are Patrick and Sam, and they're brother and sister. Actually, they're like half brother and sister, so step brother and sister. There we go. And they are played by Ezra Miller and Emma Watson. And yes, the main reason why I wanted to see this movie was because of Emma Watson, mostly because the big Harry Potter fan that I am. Yeah, but and I'll get to her in a little bit. But anyways, he meets them and they become very good friends. Him and them too. And he also falls in love with Sam, Emma Watson's character, and yeah, and it's a really well written story. Hats off to Steven Chbosky for writing this movie, and he wasn't even bad at directing it either. Like, it's a really good movie. And yeah, it's a comedy drama. It can be funny at times, but it also gets like really deep. And there's some fucked up shit in this movie, to be honest. There really is, because like I said, the main character Charlie, he is depressed a lot in this movie. Well, he doesn't get depressed for a while because he makes friends, but yeah, but anyways, this is just a very well written film, and I think everyone should see this movie. It's just so good. All the performances are really good, all those I just mentioned. Um, and yeah, Emma Watson, she is real. That might be maybe her best performance. Maybe, well, then again, she was really good as Hermione in Harry Potter. So, I don't know. I probably like her better than that, but because I know I did say I liked. I thought Daniel Radcliffe was better in Swiss Army Men than he was as Harry Potter, but yeah, I don't know. I still like Hermione better, but anyways, but yeah, she was really good though, and although I do have to say, there's times in because she's doing an American accent in this movie. She's British. There's times where you can kind of tell that she kind of, I don't know. I mean, actually, her American accent's not bad, but there's times where she might accidentally like say something that sounds a little bit British, which that's that's okay. Because doing another accent's kind of hard. I can't do an accent to save another accent to save my life. So I understand. It's all right. But other than that, she is amazing in this film, and she her character Sam is probably my favorite character in the movie. She's really cool and interesting, and yeah, and I understand why Charlie, the main character, why he falls in love with her. Not just because it's Emma Watson, but yeah. Um, I like Patrick too. He's really funny. He's gay. I'll go ahead and say that he's gay, and but he's really funny. He's probably the funniest character in the movie. And yeah, Paul Rudd is really good too, and his character in this is a little bit different than what we usually see from him because he usually does comedies, but one he was Ant-Man also, but no, he was really good. He this performance of his proves that he can actually act. Um, but I'll go ahead and say a little bit of negatives, and one kind of involves Paul Rudd. Okay, the first negative, like I said, Paul Rudd is really good, but I feel, and his character's good, but I feel like I don't know, I feel like he's not really used in the movie too much. Like, I don't know, and the chemistry between him and Charlie, oh, I forgot the actor's name. I just said it, but let me see. Uh, Logan Lerman, yeah, Logan Lerman. I'm not even familiar with that actor. He was actually in the Percy Jackson movies, which I wasn't even aware of that. I only seen the first one, but I wasn't into it. Anyways, but Paul Rudd plays a teacher, by the way, I should mention. And him and Charlie, they get along pretty good, and Paul Rudd is Charlie's favorite teacher. Um, but I don't know. I felt like their chemistry could have been a little better, and plus, I felt like Paul Rudd could have been used in the movie a little more, but that's all right. It was still a great performance, and the chemistry that they did have, I mean, was pretty good. I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like there needed to be more with that, but I mean, that's not a big deal. But okay, and the second flaw that I have with it, though, I love this movie. Don't get me wrong, but okay, the second flaw is that okay, there is a twist in this movie. I'm not going to say what it is, no spoilers, but there is, I guess you can call it a twist. Kind of. But I will say it involves why Charlie is messed up, why he's so depressed and stuff. There is a reason, and that's the twist right there. And it's not like like how it was written. That's a pretty good twist. It's messed up though. Of what happened and why he is. I'm not going to say what happened, but it's pretty messed up, and I understand why he's depressed over it. But I think that is a very well written thought, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of how they what's the word I'm looking for? How they reveal. There we go. How they reveal that twist. Like, I don't know. It's not really that obvious, actually. At least to me. Maybe it might be for other people, but I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. So I was lost. I was confused after this movie was over. So what I had to do was I had to look up the plot on the Wikipedia page for this movie. Sometimes I do that. If I don't understand what happens, sometimes I will I will read the plot on the Wikipedia page for the movie, and that's what I did for this. And whenever I read that part for the twist, I was like, "Oh, that's what happened." Like I didn't even know. I just didn't click with me. So okay. I watched this last night for the first time, and I just now finished it just now, and I have to say, it's still. I mean, it's still not really that obvious, at least to me. But then again, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not too smart, so maybe I just don't get it. Well, not that I don't. I mean, I get it, but I can't. Sorry, I can't really explain myself. It just felt kind of. I don't know. I just didn't like how they revealed it. I felt like they could have done it in a better way. Um, but because they didn't do it like in the obvious way, they didn't actually like say what it was really. I mean, not really. They showed something of it, but they didn't actually really. Charlie didn't actually say what actually happened. But I don't know. I don't know. That's the only. That's like the only like really big issue. Like the other one I just said, that's not that bad, you know. But this one, I I don't know. That's the only problem. The only big problem I have with this movie. If I was smarter, maybe it wouldn't bother me. Maybe I would probably see it right away. But I didn't. I don't know. I mean, I saw a little bit of like clues to it the second time watching. That is of of it. Because okay, like for example, I won't spoil this. I'm going to talk about another movie for a second, but Fight Club, for example, that has a twist, and I won't say what the twist is to that, but that movie, that's a movie you're going to have to watch again after the first time you watch it, and like because it will probably be confusing after the twist happens. It will be very. If you've seen Fight Club, you know what I'm talking about, but you probably have to watch it again because there's actually stuff before it happens. Clues. That's why I call it. There's like a bunch of. There's another word for it. But I can't think of it. Foreshadowing, maybe. I could be wrong, but I'm not good with words. But there are like certain clues, to the twist in Fight Club before it happens, and whenever you watch it for the second time, you're like, oh, okay, this makes so much sense. Okay, there was a little bit of that in Perks of Being a Wallflower, but I don't know, it wasn't very many, actually. It wasn't that many, and I don't know. I mean, of course, watching the second time, I know what happened because I read the plot on Wikipedia, but still, it just like say I didn't read that. Maybe I just wouldn't catch it. I don't know. The second time again. But anyways, yeah, that's the only problem I have with it. But I guess that's just kind of just me, because I just not very smart, so I just didn't catch it. But other than that, this is a very good movie. I will almost say it's a perfect movie. If that twist was a little bit better, not written wise, because it was very well written, but presenting wise, how they reveal it. If that was better, then I would probably say this is like an amazing film. Well, it is amazing, but it is very good. But I would say like this is like a perfect movie. But I won't say that just because of that part. But it is a very good film. And let's see, what else should I talk about? The soundtrack. It has a good soundtrack. There's I don't know. There's Sonic Youth is in it. Teenage Riot. I love Sonic Youth, by the way. I would say they're probably one of my favorite bands. And there's also the Smiths are in it, and XTC, and I can't remember. I want to say one for last because it's like the most important song in the movie. But David Bowie's "Heroes" also was in it. But yeah, very good soundtrack. It kind of felt like there could have been a little bit more songs because there was only like maybe about 12, or at least on the soundtrack CD. On the soundtrack album, there's only like 12, I think. I feel like there could have been a little bit more, but I mean, whatever. Yeah, it was still a really cool soundtrack. I really digged it. And music was kind of a big thing in the story too. And okay, I should also mention this is supposed to take place in the 90s. It says 91, but there was actually a scene where Low by Cracker was playing. I forgot to mention that song, but yeah, Low from Cracker was playing, and I looked it up. I was like, wait a minute, that would come out that early, did it? Like, I paused the movie, I looked it up when that song came out, and it was actually 93. So yeah, they kind of messed up on that. But whatever. Maybe I don't know. I guess you could say maybe the book took place in 91, but you could say that the movie might take place in 93 or 94 or something like that. That's not a big deal. Kind of bothers me a little bit, but whatever. But no, yeah, anyways, but yeah, great music. Yeah, this takes place in the 90s, and like the friends that he meets, Sam and Patrick, they like music a lot too, and they like make like mixtapes and stuff, and that's what people did in the 90s. Actually, even I did that, and I'm not even from the 90s. I was born in late 90s, 98, but I actually did that, believe it or not, like a couple years ago. I had these cassette tapes, and I would actually make my own mixtapes. It was fun. Um, I didn't have the internet at my old house whenever I was growing up. Believe it or not, I didn't. So that's what I did. Now I have Pandora, so yeah, but that's what I did. And it was pretty cool to make mixtapes and stuff. So yeah, that's a pretty big part of the story too, about them making mixtapes. But yeah. But anyways, but yeah, very good film and just really awesome story. And I can kind of relate. Okay, I guess I'm not done yet. This video might get a little over 20 minutes. I apologize for that, but I do want to say this. I do relate to Charlie a little. Well, not to about his history of why he's depressed, but you know, well, I do kind of relate to him anyways because I have been depressed, not for the same reason why he has been, but I have been depressed, of course. I mean, most everybody has, especially whenever they're teenagers. And you know, and just I can relate to that, but I also can relate of whenever he falls in love with Sam. I'll go a little. I'm gonna get a little bit personal here, but I'll say it. But yeah, him fall in love with one of his best friends. That actually has happened to me while I was in school. There was a friend of mine who was a girl who I actually fell in love with. So and that kind of took me back too whenever I was watching that in that movie. So yeah, I can relate to that too. But yeah, this is kind of a relatable film to me because I could relate to Charlie, because I wasn't popular either in school, and I was in the friend zone as well. So there we go, But anyways, I can't think of what else to say. So I guess all right. Perks of Being a Wallflower, I think, is an amazing, well, almost amazing film. Very, very good film, and I'm gonna give Perks of Being a Wallflower. I'm gonna give it. Sorry, I was looking at my binder where I wrote it down. I'm gonna give Perks of Being a Wallflower an A minus. I loved it. It could have been a little bit higher, maybe an A, but I'm gonna give it an A minus, just mostly because of that one big flaw that I had with it. That's pretty much why it pushes it back a little bit, but it's still in the A's. So um, I just loved it and think it's a great film. Uh, Very good story too. And yeah, Perks of Being a Wallflower, A minus. All right, well there we go. There's my review for Perks of Being a Wallflower. So in the comments, tell me, have you seen Perks of Being a Wallflower? Have you not? Also, what is your favorite coming of age movie? This one is up there for sure, but my favorite, I don't know. I would either say it is Stand By Me or The Edge of 17, another high school movie. I would say one of those. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you some other time. Not sure what the next movie I'll review is. I still need to review Citizen Kane, but I have no idea when I'll be able to do that. I have to be in the mood, I guess. So I'll see you very soon. So peace.